Oh, yeah. So check it. Can I be real a second? For just a millisecond? Let my guard down and tell the people how I feel a second? Anyway, I heart Hamilton so much you have no idea. Can I have a couple interns? If you don't have one of my cards, raise your hand, or if you do and don't mind having another one, raise your hand. So explore, dream, and discover. So I want you to raise your hand if you consider yourself to be an artist. Okay, so before I lose those of you who don't believe that you are an artist, I want to define what the word artist means, because I was pretty surprised when I found out. So Webster's dictionary defines an artist as one or more of these three things. One, you create actual art, obviously. Two, a skilled performer. So a singer, a dancer, I don't know, a rapper. See, that wasn't even a joke. Did you see that? All right. So, and number three is a person who is very good at something. So that's exactly what it says. I'm not making this up just to fit within my thing. So knowing this, we're going to try again. So please raise your hand if you believe you are an actual person who creates art. Yes. Two, keep those hands up. Now, if you think you're a skilled performer. And lastly, if you are good at something. All right, great. So we have established that every one of us here is an artist. I'm at 9 minutes. No. Okay. So, if you're an artist, Steve Jobs has a quote that says, "Real artists ship." Well, I have never heard that term in relation to entrepreneurial things before, but I had dove, I think that's the right word, headlong into podcasts about leadership and entrepreneurship. And so I heard this interview with Seth Godin, and he was talking about shipping things and how you have to just get things out into the marketplace. And I thought, I really like how that sounds. And so I started shipping things, whether they were ready or not. And it has changed my life. So if real artists ship, we're going to use the launch out theme. I'm going to try to beat Lisa with the best usage of theme. And because ships are built to sail. And so what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to build our ships. So the first thing you have to do is actually build the ship. So don't be so focused on your destination that you miss your destiny. And that was said by Jason Clark at the Atlanta launch out. And I liked that because I think a lot of us try to build with materials that we think our ship is supposed to be built by. And the truth is, we're already the materials for our ship. We just may not understand ourselves well enough. So what you have to do is you have to learn who you are. And that's the first step, because you're not going to know what your destiny is until you know who you are. And let me tell you, it has taken me 10 years to figure out who I am. So just because I'm up here making jokes and I'm fairly confident after I had a little breakdown over there, it took me a long time to own who I am. So it's not going to happen overnight. I want you to know that it takes a lot of work. A couple of ways that you can try and think about who you are is think about, what did you like to do when you were a kid? Because I believe that the God who creates us births us with that desire in our hearts to be what we are supposed to be. Because I believe that everything that has happened in my life and all of my desires to be like a country singer or a journalist kind of meld into this, right? Like a performer slash, truth teller, journalist, right? Okay. So think about those things that you wanted to do when you were a kid. Ronnie shared yesterday how Isaiah 1:17 kind of followed her because that's a part of her DNA. It's a part of who she is. Two, you could take like a personality test. I'm a big fan of Myers-Briggs. There's also the Strengths Finder and the DISC Profiler. So as Myers-Briggs, I am an INFJ. We are less than 1% of the population, but we're not less than 1% of this room because we are unique and special, and we have gathered kind of in our little group of our community. So if you're an INFJ, I want you to stand up. Holler to the less than 1%. So that is the reason, Amy, why I love this group so much, is because I feel understood in this group. Because my quirks and the things that have made me weird my entire life, somebody in this room understands. And I like that, because nobody likes to feel weird or out of place, right? You need a home. You need a port, if you will. Okay. And then also, you can find out who you are by listening to podcasts, educating yourself, going to school, asking yourself the hard questions, and being willing to learn. Stop having answers for everything and just start listening. And you will kind of learn what you need to build your ship out of. So own you, and then you will know what you're building your ship. The second thing you need to do is you need to find your crew. So we all know the quote, "You are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with." Well, for me, that is a pessimistic coworker, a fairly pessimistic family member, and my dog. So, and well, she's just wonderful. So I don't have a lot of that, and I need to find the crew that's going to help me run the ship, because I'm the captain, right? And I need to delegate things that I'm not good at to help run the ship. Because here's the thing, there's a lot of things I'm really not good at, and I shouldn't even be trying to do. And I sabotage myself when I do that. And we have enough cheerleaders in our lives, okay? When people post things, and I just see, rah, 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 yay, woo-hoo, sis, boom, bah. I think that's wonderful, but you're not helping them, okay? You're not helping them. Murr, wherever he is, where is he? Jerk. He said that I said something about being a loser or it sucked or whatever. I did not say that. His course is amazing. There were just some typos. And because I want him to succeed, I wanted him to know that there were some typos. So I was trying to be a crew member, but maybe he doesn't want me. That's fine. Okay. So you can find these people by hiring branding experts like Mike Loomis, being a part of a mastermind, or finding your home in a Facebook group. You can't do everything by yourself. Third, you need to inspect your ship. And that's just asking for feedback, having beta testing. You need to find out where the leaks are before you're kind of going out into like the ocean depth. I think it's important to give those things out for free or at a very reduced price, because until you launch something, you don't know what needs to be fixed. And so it's kind of unfair to the people you're testing it on to, I feel, to ask for, full price or whatever, because they're giving you actual amazing feedback that you need in order to move forward. All right, I'm running out of time. Why do you write like you're running out of time? All right, next you need to chart your course. So direction, not intention, determines your destiny. So that was a quote that David said in his speech. And it's true. I have every intention of doing A, B, C, or D. That doesn't matter if I'm not directed in the right place. So we need to stop, and we need to know what direction we're going in. Because just because my intention is to save the world, that doesn't do anybody any good. Because that's very, whatever. I'm running out of time. Okay, so then you sail. So Seth Godin says that you have brilliance in you. Your contribution is valuable, and the art you create is precious. Only you can do it, and you must. So as an artist, you must create and you must ship it. So the benefits of sailing are failing, because you learn a lot when you fail. You find the weak spots, because I have to tell you that I only find grammatical errors after I hit publish. It doesn't matter that I've read it 6 times. When I hit publish, I find 4 more. So if I ever publish anything and you see one, please message me, because it was not on purpose. And no one can judge you for sailing and trying and failing, because you're the one doing it. So if they don't have something out there that they're doing, they don't get to judge you. You let them own their stuff, right? That's hard to do. It takes a lot of practice, but you let the haters own their stuff. And lastly, so you need to stay the course. So calm seas, while they may seem nice, are just as dangerous as rough seas, because calm seas can lead to complacency, daydreaming, and drifting. Storms aren't always negative. There are haters out there, but they're not negative. You learn how to let people own things, and the positives of going through a storm are that they make you stronger. They give you experience. They make you more confident. So learn critical thinking, stop reacting, and start anticipating. Putting out fires is exhausting, and you don't get anywhere. So in conclusion, we've all heard the quote from Mark Twain, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed with the things you didn't do by the ones that you did do. But do you know that there's a second part to that quote? And it says, so throw off the bow lines, sail away from safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover.